Hey guys, this here is an Supreme model Mark III Emperor Hugger ceiling fan. I got this one for free yesterday. Actually, picked it up off the side of the road from a Facebook Marketplace listing. Um, and yeah, so this fan is obviously it's a Emperor style ceiling fan. For those of you who don't know, the Emperor is a design of fan that was designed by SMC, actually back in the late 70s, I believe. And several different companies copied the style. Evergo, Moss, Supreme, what else? A couple other companies. I'm trying to think. CEC, yeah, there's a lot. Hampton Bay and Harbor Breeze even copied it in the late 90s. Or actually in the early 90s too. But either way, this one here is it's a Hugger style, a Hugger model. SMC themselves did make Hugger models of Emperors, similar to this. So this one's more of a copy of I think this one is actually more of a copy of the later SMC Emperor Huggers. Now this one is, like I said, model Mark III. And it was made in, I want to say, the early to mid 80s. This one has a motor. Let me turn this off really quickly. This one has a motor that was manufactured by Firebird, same company that made some Codeps, and I can't remember what else they made, but they made Supreme fans, or they made the motors for Supreme fans. But anyway, so this one is antique brass with really nice dark cane blades. The blades are a much darker finish than the regular generic oak that we usually see, and they have a nice arch end sort of type thing going on there. Yeah, this one has a 3-speed click knob control on the side of the nose, just like the Supreme spinner that I have. It's basically the same thing as that, and the heater fan that I have as well. But the pull chain that you see hanging down is just an on-off pull chain. It doesn't have... This fan surprisingly does not have a wire for the light kit at the top, and I could not see any wires for light kit in the nose, so I'm not sure if those wires were pulled out or something, or maybe it just isn't light kit adaptable, which is ridiculous because it has the plug on the nose, so it should be light kit adaptable. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. But I didn't get it with a light kit, so yeah. Now this one's speeds are controlled by a transformer, which is different from the spinner that I have. That one's controlled, the speeds are wound into the motor in that one. This one's, there's a transformer in the nose. Yeah, so I just thought that was interesting. And this one's motor is actually the same design as the motor in my South Pacific heater fan, which, as you know, is made by Supreme. But it's the same design of motor, it's just the motor's different finished. This one's motor is painted like a matte black, and then the heater fan's motor is sort of a gray crinkle finish type thing, like a hammered look. Really cool. And of course that one's also got the fins on it to blow the heat off of the coil. This one doesn't have that, obviously. But yeah, so really it's a very generic looking thing, actually. The motor housing is a very generic Emperor style motor. The blade arms are very generic as well. The nose is, of course, really just generic. The thing that sets this one apart, I think, is the blade tips and the speed knob on the nose. Other than that, it's a very generic Emperor Hugger. So, I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. I don't remember which speed I have the knob set on. Okay. I had it on medium, so there is an off position on the knob as well. So, here's high. I was able to balance this one pretty well. When I got it, or when I first put it up, it was very wobbly. But now it's not quite as wobbly. So the motor is it's labeled on top of the motor itself. It's rated, I think, 220 RPMs, and I think this one is it's reaching about there. It's definitely a faster spinning fan. And it's insanely quiet. Absolutely no motor noise coming out of this one. And airflow is really good, as expected. By the way, this motor is cast aluminum. I think I forgot to mention that. Not cast iron, cast aluminum. So, medium. This box all the way so I can walk back behind the camera without kicking the tripod. Sort of an average medium speed. But yeah, like I said, dead silent. I don't hear any noise coming from it. And finally low. This one has a pretty fast low. Not a huge fan of that. I do know that transformer-based speeds typically do have pretty fast lows. At least that's what I've experienced with those old transformer-based, like in the industrial controls. Although those were more popular like in India and China, I think. We didn't have those that often here, except for with Moss fans. And a few other Evergo Montgomery Wards as well. Yeah, I'm not too thrilled about the fast low speed, but I guess if I put it on a wall control, it would probably be able to go a lot slower. So I'll turn it off. And reverse. This one has an upside down reverse switch, which is interesting because I'll show you when I'm done testing it in reverse, but there's a label on the side of the nose next to the reverse switch that says air with an arrow pointed down. So clearly that was either somebody was in it, flipped the reverse switch around by mistake, or that was just a factory mix-up. So yeah, I'm not sure why that is. So start it up on low in reverse. In reverse, I'm hearing the slightest bit of motor noise. It's just a very, very faint hum. But nothing too terrible. Medium. Somebody walking across the floor upstairs. Probably my sister. And high. And I just kicked the step stool. Slight bit more wobble on high, in reverse, I believe. Still not that bad. It's going about the same speed, I think. Around 220 RPMs. Okay. Alright. So, first of all, there's your really nice, darker finished blades with this beautiful cane. And there's the control knob on the side, as I mentioned, just off, high, medium, low. Turn it back off, actually. And the control knob, and then here's the reverse switch, and like I said, you can see the label there is supposed to be air downdraft is supposed to be when the switch is in that position, but that position is reverse. So yeah, I'm not sure why that is. I might go in there and flip it around if I feel like it. Yeah. There's your cast-aluminium motor, like I had mentioned. And then, this one's pull chain I had to replace. When I got it, the threaded part that holds the nut on, it had broken off, and so I had to replace it. But it was just an on-off, simple on-off two-position pull chain. Actually, the original pull chain I have down here. Here it is. And I just have one. The one that I put in there is identical. It's like the same exact one. It's an old Leviton. So I think that's about it for this video. So that is the Supreme Mark III Emperor Hugger. Thank you for watching, and more to come.